I've got baby chicks coming, and I've got to build a nice warm place for them to stay. And so I drew up plans for this chicken brooder. You know, if you're only getting a few baby chicks, you can keep them in almost anything, like a cardboard box or a wooden crate, as long as you can hang a heat lamp in there to keep those baby chicks warm. I wanted to build a brooder that would be safe and easy to clean. Now this is similar to like I build rabbit hutches. And so I'll start with the end, and I've got to build something that looks like that. And so I went ahead and ripped my lumber. This is ash lumber I had from a tree that I cut down in my backyard. And also there's some pine. And so it's handy to have that written out plan so that as you go along you can remember what you're supposed to be doing next. And so right now I'm just marking out those 24-inch cross pieces, and then we'll cut those out. Now, like I say, I have built rabbit hutches this way, and they last for years and years. If you do a good job when you're planning and when you're actually putting these things together, they can last you a long time. So this is going to be one of the ends right here. And so the ash is so hard. If you've ever worked with ash, it's hard to even pound a nail through it. Very hard and dense. And so I start out and drill the pilot holes, and then I can put these screws in easier. Now this lumber is a full 1-inch thick, and so I've got 2-inch screws that I'm using, and I put them in on a little bit of an angle so they don't come through the other side. Now this is how I put this thing together, and I don't know when I started building things this way, but you can make a lot of things this way, utility cupboards and so on. This would work because you wind up with a flat surface there. Say you wanted to put a drawer in there, you could build it this way, and then you've got a nice front there to put the drawer in. So it takes a little bit of time to cut out all these pieces and put them together, but I decided after a while to just use 2-inch nails. I don't need screws everywhere. Just kind of use them when I first get started to hold the thing together right where I want it. So there we go. That'll be one of the ends right there. Okay, so I've got both ends built now, and this thing's going to be 2 feet wide and 6 feet long. So there's the ends. Okay, so I got busy and I built those 2 6-foot sides, and I'll be ready to put this thing together here soon. Down at the bottom I'll have 2 doors that I can open up. I can reach in there and clean the pen. And then at the top there'll be screen. Alright, well now it's time to put this thing together. And so I've laid the ends down on the floor. And I'm going to attach that side to the end. You can see that I've got the legs there by my right hand, right there. And on the bottom of those I'll have some caster wheels. I can roll this thing around. So here we use screws because I want to really have this thing be attached securely. So I got both ends on that side put together, and now we'll tip this thing over and put the other side on. Okay, I put that side on there the same way as the other. So now we've got that chicken brooder all put together, the frame's all done, and I'll rip some more lumber here to put some joists in the bottom to hold my piece of plywood that I'll lay on top of these cross pieces, these joists that I'll put in next. And so there they are. We've got our floor ready to put in. Now I keep all of my wood scraps. Lumber is so expensive nowadays. And so I keep all these little leftover pieces of plywood. And you never know when you're going to need a little piece like this. So this will serve as the bottom of the chicken brooder. I think it's 1/2 inch plywood. And here I'm putting on the little pieces where that doorway will be. And now we're going to get the hardware cloth, it's called, ready to staple onto the brooder. And when I cut the hardware cloth, it leaves all these little wire ends, and they're very sharp. And I learned over the years to bend those things over and wear gloves when you're handling this wire, because it can reach out and grab you. And so now I'm just putting those staples in. The ash again is so hard that it's pretty difficult to drive any kind of a nail or a staple into this stuff. Okay, it's a brand new day and it's time to put the wheels on this brooder. I thought it'd be a lot easier to move it around that way. And I had these wheels in a drawer here in the shop. I have no idea what they came off from or what they were used for, but I think they'll work okay for this application. And this is how I've decided to mount the wheels onto those legs there. Now this has been a pretty enjoyable project, making this brooder, and I've got 25 baby chicks coming. They should be here in a couple of weeks. So when I get this all finished, I'll be taking it down to the first bay of my garage, which is heated. We've had a really cold winter here in western New York this year. It's been an old-fashioned winter. Very cold and a lot of snow. It's March 2nd and it's still very cold with a lot of snow on the ground yet. And so the chicks have got to be kept warm the first several weeks until they get their feathers. And so we'll be making good use of this brooder down in the first bay of my garage there. Okay, well this has been a process here to get these wheels mounted. But once I got it figured out, I was able to get all 4 of them put on the legs there pretty quickly. I got that little square block there, and it'll be held down with 4 screws. So that should hold that wheel on there okay. Alright, so there we go. That one's done. And these wheels have brakes on them too. So that's kind of a nice feature. So here we go. This is the finished product now. And the wheel's nice and easy. And I put some ropes on the top there so I can lead it back. And there's that clean out door. Got a little latch there to hold it open while I clean the pen. I think this will be a nice, safe brooder box for those new baby chicks.